Okay, this week we saw a call-in at Ipswich Borough Council for the first time in over 2 years. A call-in is where a member of the council can submit a call-in whereby a decision was made that the person feels was made on the basis of either incorrect information or not enough information. And so they want the decision that was made to be scrutinised with overview and scrutiny, and possibly go back to either the executive or the full council with some different information. So it can be carried out, and when that is applied or submitted, the council normally have about 5 to 7 days to arrange for this to be brought to overview and scrutiny, and the case to be presented. Now, the interesting thing about this one is not only was it a rare thing to see, because like I say, it's been over 2 years since this has actually happened, but this took a lot longer because the call-in was carried out or submitted just before a general election was called. I went along because I've never actually seen a call-in happen. I filmed it, so I have put the full footage on my YouTube, and I'll put a link either there or there so that you can watch it for yourself. But for someone who's a little bit of a political geek who wants to understand the processes, because this doesn't happen that often, it's quite interesting to know that it actually exists, and to see how it's carried out. On this occasion, it was about 4 College Street, and the decision that was made by the executive of what works they're going to carry out in order to take College Street, 4 College Street, off the at-risk list. Councillor Ian Fisher, who is the group leader of Conservatives, the opposition, when it comes to the borough councillors, he conducted the call-in. He felt that the decisions that they made on the executive was made without the correct information or enough information. He feels that had the information that he had been provided after he submitted the call-in had been presented at the time when they were looking at the information to make the decision, a different decision could possibly have been made. So that was the premise of why the call-in was conducted. It was voted that nothing is going to be done. There's not going to be any changes. It's not going to go to full council for there to be a proper debate. It's not going to go back to the executive with the additional information to see whether they would change their opinion. So on that aspect, it could be seen as a bit of a waste of time of doing it, because everyone, as much as they say they're not going to be partisan, became very partisan. However, it is very, very important for decisions to be scrutinised, and it's very, very important for people to highlight that sometimes things aren't right. So as much as we all kind of knew it wasn't going to go back to the executive because of how partisan Labour can become, I suspect that knowing that you've got a councillor who is going to be extremely critical and do his own research outside of those meetings means that the councillors and the council staff are going to have to up their game and make sure that next time a decision like this is being brought to the council, they will have more information. So it's an interesting one to watch. It was disappointing. If you watch the footage, it's disappointing to see how personal Councillor David Ellesmere gets. He is the leader of Labour, and he seems to just have this personal thing against Ian Fisher. He was probably embarrassed that he's the portfolio holder and the correct information or enough information was not provided. But there's no reason why he becomes so attacking. And I think that shows him in quite a poor light, actually. And that's interesting to watch as well. it's also incredibly interesting to watch their focus on something that isn't relevant. So their focus was about what the future of the building might hold, whereas actually the call-in was about the information that was presented. It was nothing to do with whether it was going to become an office or blah blah blah, and their focus was so much on something that wasn't relevant that a correct and proper debate couldn't really take place. So if you do want to, if you do have a spare hour and a half of your life, then watch it. But yeah, so that happened on Monday. I found it very interesting to watch, and it is an additional procedure that happens that people aren't aware of. So I thought I'd create this quick video of what call-in actually is, that has happened in Ipswich, and how it was conducted. I'll also include a bit of a breakdown of what the procedure is as well, about this call-in, so that anyone who is new to it or is studying politics will get some information about some of the different procedures that happen on a local politics level. So that is me done for today, on this video about the call-in that happened on Monday, the result of it, and I will certainly keep an eye out of any other rare things that happen in the council that we can discuss and I can make you aware of. So thank you as ever for watching.